Did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up.
Hi, Elon Musk speaking.
I didn't have any money. In fact, I had negative money. I had huge student debts.
Like, I have a bunch of houses, but I don't spend a lot of time in most of them.
I couldn't afford a place to stay and an office, so I rented an office instead, because I got a cheaper office than I could get a place to stay, and then I just sort of slept on the futon.
And a few years ago, people were laughing at you. Now, not so much. I mean,
3 screens glow at once: a Starship test firing in Texas, a robotaxi picking up a rider in Austin, and a new AI model rolling out to millions on X. One person is live tweeting all 3. In 2025, Elon Musk's life looks less like a calendar and more like a control room. Rockets, robots, and reasoning engines sharing the same pulse. But what does that actually feel like day to day? How does the world's most watched builder live, move, and prioritize when every tab is critical? To see it clearly, start with the engines he keeps running. The CEO of context switching. Mornings start early and noisy. SpaceX launch windows, Tesla production checkpoints, XAI training runs, X product pushes, the Boring Company's tunnel permits, and Neuralink's clinical notes. Musk's lifestyle is really a portfolio of cycles: ship, review, reset, repeated across companies that refuse to sit still. That tempo has a purpose. Musk stays closest to whatever can move the frontier today. If a rocket is hot firing or an AI model is ready to ship, the rest of the day bends around it. It's not glamorous, it's triage, and it's intentional. SpaceX in 2025, Starship momentum and Starlink muscle. SpaceX closed the summer with back-to-back Starship milestones and is already prepping Flight Test 11. Super Heavy Booster B-15 lit all 33 engines in a static fire on September 7th, clearing the way for the next launch in the campaign to make the world's biggest rocket reliably reusable. Starlink, meanwhile, is shifting from satellite internet to a full mobile platform. In early September, SpaceX struck a $17 billion deal to scoop up EchoStar spectrum, cash plus stock, to accelerate direct-to-cell service for unmodified phones. Analysts read it as Starlink's bid to own its own airwaves and reduce dependence on carrier partnerships. The physical footprint is growing too. An $8 million office expansion in Bastrop, Texas, alongside a state-supported plan to scale an advanced packaging facility into the largest PCB panel-level packaging operation in North America over 3 years. Musk's personal life bends toward this hub. The hours and the asphalt say it plainly. If Starship is moving, so is he. Tesla 2025. A tougher road and a different bet. Tesla's U.S. market share has slid to a multi-year low as legacy automakers and Chinese EVs swarm the field. Lineup refreshes lag, and the sales mix is under pressure in China. Even as the stock whipsaws, Musk keeps pointing the spotlight at 2 bets: the Optimus humanoid robot and an expanding robo-taxi network. He's argued Optimus could eventually dominate Tesla's value, while robotaxis graduate from demo to early, rules-bound service in select geographies, now with updated terms, more passengers and teen riders and some pilots, as the service inches toward normal life use. Whether you're bullish or cautious, that shift explains his 2025 vibe at Tesla. Less new car reveal, more software, autonomy, and robots. From Grok 3 to Grok for government. Musk's AI lab spent 2025 hardening a very public model roadmap. Grok 3 rolled out in beta, emphasizing reasoning improvements, thinking harder inferences, while a July announcement introduced Grok for government, a suite aimed at U.S. public sector customers. The subtext is simple: build a generalist model, then package it for regulated, mission-critical use. The worldview behind it still pops up on his timeline. A late summer post went viral when he mused, bluntly, about wanting to know what's real, even if the truth is uncomfortable. It's the same curiosity that fuels his product reviews at 2 a.m. He's pushing models toward the edge, because that's where he thinks value lives. X, formerly Twitter, back in the pilot's seat. In July, Linda Yaccarino announced she'd stepped down as CEO of X after 2 years, returning the micromanagement spotlight squarely to Musk. Whatever your read on the reasons, it means product velocity and policy calls are visibly his again, in a year when ads, subscriptions, and creator payouts all jostle for oxygen. The through line, X doubles as his broadcast console, part lab notebook, part focus group, part bullhorn. Neuralink, from first patient to faster cadence. Neuralink's first human participant, implanted January 2024, marked 1 year post-op this February, still using the link to move a pointer and type with thought. By mid-2025, the company had ramped clinical activity, announcing a second participant last year, and this summer its first day with 2 implants completed in a single session, while teasing next step programs, including early work toward limited vision restoration trials as soon as 2026. For Musk, this is as lifestyle as it gets. Regular lab check-ins, on-camera demos, and a founder's habit of turning clinical nuance into public momentum. The Boring Company, Vegas Loop, goes from novelty to network. The Vegas Loop has moved beyond trade show curiosity. As of 2025, it boasts millions of cumulative riders and a long-term build-out that's been approved for 68 miles of tunnel at 104 stations, with ambitions to connect the airport, stadium, and downtown in minutes. City planning now treats it like infrastructure, not gimmick. New approvals even pair property development with on-site loop access, signaling a private transit hybrid model the company wants to replicate. Homes, habits, and the own less philosophy, revisited. A few years ago, Musk famously said he'd own no house and offloaded a string of Los Angeles properties. In 2025, reporting turned up hints of a partial reversal. Select purchases and repurchases as work and family logistics changed, while Texas has remained the center of gravity thanks to SpaceX, Tesla operations, and XAI activity. The pattern isn't trophy hunting, it's proximity to factories, pads, and people. Architectural coverage this summer framed it as a practical, mobile base camp approach more than a return to classic mansion collecting. Day to day, the routine looks like this: factory or pad in the morning, design engineering reviews stacked tight, a burst of posting on X from the back seat between sites, late night debug or model evals, and a repeating loop of why isn't this faster? He eats quickly, works late, and treats free time like a scarce resource. The one indulgence that keeps showing up is simply time at the site. Nothing resets him like the smell of rocket fuel or a production line humming. Money, value, and the all-in-the-equity reality. On paper, Musk's 2025 net worth oscillates wildly with Tesla and SpaceX valuations. As of September 9, 2025, Forbes' real-time tracker still puts him at number 1 globally, north of $400 billion. That figure moves every trading day, sometimes every hour. But the composition hasn't changed. It's overwhelmingly equity in Tesla, SpaceX, with Starlink increasingly central, and his newer AI efforts. The cash-poor, stock-rich pattern persists by design. He'd rather park capital in companies he can push than in idle accounts. Elon Musk's lifestyle in 2025 isn't yachts and long lunches, it's latency management. He lives inside overlapping feedback loops. Starship builds and static fires, Starlink buys spectrum to beam straight to phones, Tesla leans into autonomy and bots, XAI ships Grok 3 and courts government work, X flips leadership and speeds up again, Neuralink compresses the time from science to patient impact, the Boring Company cuts minutes off crosstown trips. The homes are wherever the work is. The calendar bends to the next hard problem. Whether you're inspired or skeptical, the rhythm is consistent. Shorten the distance between idea and reality, then do it again tomorrow. The open loops he sets in motion, rockets, robots, and reasoning engines, aren't just product roadmaps, they're how he lives.